Hi, this is Professor Cummings, and I have an announcement to make to all of my subscribers. I didn't pay attention to this recently, or until just recently, and decided, hey, let me make a video about it. I have reached the 10,000 subscriber mark. So that is quite the accomplishment when you consider that my channel started off basically as a way to get in contact with my students. That was the only reason I really started the channel. I would put classes or videos based on what I'm teaching at the time, and that's the way I've been doing it ever since December of 2016. I've made videos, I made them pretty consistently in 2017, and I gotta admit, this particular year, the spring semester, from January up to the beginning of May, end of April, has been pretty crazy. I had a pretty big course load of a lot of classes. Haven't been able to do any real research or anything beyond what I was teaching, because I had a couple of new classes that I had to develop. So I have been a little behind for the year, but in spite of that, my videos seem to have attracted 10,000 subscribers, and I'd like to thank you for that. So what my plans are, since this seems to actually have an interest, there are actually people that have an interest in this channel enough to get 10,000 subscribers, I think I'd like to just say where I'm going to go from here. So what are my plans? Well, there are some things I'm going to stay with what has worked and what I have as my expertise, what I actually know. So there will be more manufacturing videos. I would like to get a few more there. Other topics, I've done casting, I've done machining, that I would like to go into some other things that I've been teaching that I think would be of interest to people here on YouTube. There's also been some design of machine elements or machine design type classes. Those seem to have gotten a bit of a response, and I've even had some of my students request some of those. I've done a few for epicyclical gears, some basic gearing videos, but I would like to get some more into that, just because I think there is somewhat of a need, or somewhat of a demand for those. And of course, you know, the basic engineering mechanics, like strength of materials. I did a whole series on kinematics and dynamics. You know, so things that I think would just be general engineering use, but definitely, you know, strength of materials is the first thing that came to mind, since that's a class I'm teaching for this summer of 18. And one thing that I've wanted to get into that I have not really touched on much, I think I've touched on this a little bit in the past, back when my channel was still very new, or you know, still in the budding stages, is more state-of-the-art topics. You know, things such as 3D printing, additive manufacturing, Industry 4.0, you know, things that I think engineers, particularly people who are just getting out of college or people who are changing jobs, you know, people who I think would be my target audience, or the people who seem to gravitate to my channel, might have some interest in. You know, a little bit of idea of what's going on in the job market, how what you're doing is, or what you're studying, you know, what kind of impact it might have, what particular employers might have, and how the industry is changing. So these are things that are relevant to me as far as, you know, being a professor. You know, there is an aspect of research that I should be getting into, as well as things that I'm supposed to be keeping up with anyway. So this is something I can help to keep myself disciplined, as well as help people who might want to, you know, tune into my channel and check things out. However, this is a viewer-driven channel. You know, 10,000. I don't have 10,000 students, obviously. So obviously there are more people that I think are getting something out of my video than just my students, even though hopefully they're watching too. So what I would like to know is, what do you want to see? You know, are there any particular topics that I haven't really touched on that you would hope to see on my channel? Things that, you know, you're struggling with in your classes, things that you want to know just for brushing up for your job, things that may actually be of use to you. I know there have been some videos on student loans that I've been getting more and more interested in, a little bit veering off of my bailiwick, but something that is relevant to a lot of my students. But other than that, you know, I really would like to know, when you are subscribing to this channel, what do you want to see more of? What topics would you like to see covered? You can go through my playlist. There's quite a range, you know, beyond just manufacturing and machine design. or engineer mechanics. I mean, I do cover a few other topics, but really, you know, I look at it as, you know, my videos aren't going to be worth much if there isn't somebody there that needs them. They're there to actually solve problems or you know, fill your concerns. So go ahead and leave a comment below. And again, thanks a lot for getting me to this 10,000 subscriber point. I'll talk to you in my future videos.